Welcome, Pisces and Pisces cross watchers, to your singles new love read. So I hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. For a second. So as always, please take this as it resonates and always use your intuition when making decisions about your life, because this is a general reading. Sorry. And cross watchers, you're welcome to flip the roles if that resonates better with you. Excuse me. So just so you know, I do have private readings available again, so my email is below in the description box. Wow. Excuse me. So Pisces, we have the Six of Pentacles here as the energy that you're in right now. And I actually feel like you are kind of feeling like you're on top of your game. I know it's coming up to your birthday season soon. Not quite yet, but soon. And it just kind of feels like you seem to be in a very charitable mood. It may not be, that you're actually giving, things away or money away, but I feel like you are really feeling like there are people in your life that you are happy to share what you have with. It does feel to a certain extent that you feel like there are people that I kind of want to say that in the same way that you were helped, you are now turning around and you're paying it forward. You know what I mean? And I do feel that there's someone that you're focused on in the immediate future. And I feel like there's somebody else here that is also waiting, and you have something ready for them, but it's almost like you seem to feel like they need to wait a little bit longer. It's made just for them, but they seem almost like either there's something here about, it's almost like it's easier to give it to this one first, because I feel like when you give to this one, you're going to want to spend more time with them on it. I do feel that you're at the end of a cycle here. And I want to say, hold on for a second. And it's almost like you're about to, it's like when you help these two people, I feel like the cycle's closed. And I do feel that you know that. And part of you, not that you're quite nostalgic before it's even gone, but I feel like it's been a really feel good experience. And part of you, it's not that you're not okay with it ending, but I feel like you do kind of wish that it could last. It's almost the energy of like you're at the top of your game now, and it's time for you to take a step into the next phase of your life. And when you hit that next phase, you're at the bottom. You know what I mean? And not because you're actually at the bottom, but you're just starting a new phase, right? So, sorry, it just feels like I'm not really grabbing something here. It does feel like there's a little bit of an issue here between you and this person. I almost feel like you feel like they should wait. Not that they have to, but if this person hurt you, I feel like it's almost like that it belongs to them, that you need to give it to them. Not that it belongs to them, but you bought it for them. In that sense, it belongs to them. It just feels like you're not quite ready to give it to them because they did something they weren't supposed to. And it's like you don't want to reward bad behavior. I hope that makes sense. So what's holding you back here? We have the King of Swords. And what's interesting is that I actually feel like it feels like it's not you. I feel like this is somebody that may have been very, 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 very critical of you. I do feel to a certain extent that you have broken away from whatever, like if this person was telling you that you weren't good enough or you're not this or you're not that, I feel like you've broken away from that and have, like worked on healing yourself. But I do feel that this person seems to feel a bit lost without you. It feels like they are, hang on for a second. I feel like they know that they have to set you free sort of thing, but part of them is hoping that you'll come back and sit in their mess with them. And I feel like you may be able to feel this person energetically. They may be more focused on you than you'd like them to be. I feel like at times you have to pretend like you don't feel it. Hold on. I feel like they do seem to long for you here. But they're a little bit too... They're not coming in, that's for sure. I'm just trying to feel into why. Oh. They do love you. They just like, they think they're better than you. I don't really know what to do with that. So a past wound to embrace, to let that go. We have the Three of Cups. I feel like there's a message here that this person made you feel like you weren't enough, or at least that was the energy that they projected onto you. And I feel like there's a message that they did that because they themselves feel that they're somehow inadequate. And I feel when you were kind of in the throes of this connection, they seem to really have quite an impact on you. I feel like to a certain extent, it's almost like they may have tried to say that, like, talking to you, Pisces, that your friends liked them better than they liked you. It's like they seem to have this kind of like, I'm superior sort of BS. I do feel to a certain extent that this person may have come along. There might be quite an age difference. Maybe not quite an age difference, but it feels like there is a bit of an age difference here. And I feel like it seems a bit telling, or it seems a bit like this person went for someone younger because they thought that it would be easier to kind of mold you. And I feel like they also may have got the wrong impression of you, thinking that like you might be easy to, you know, kind of carve into the kind of person that they want, because they figured that if they put you in that place of feeling not good enough, that you'd try to please them, and then they'd be able to kind of get you to be who they want you to be. And I feel like that didn't work out, clearly. I feel actually all of their nonsense pushed you into having a bit of a glow up here. So what's coming up for you? We have the Six of Swords and the Devil. So, I mean, you're obviously getting out of this. I feel like when you see this person again, if you used to feel that they were quite attractive, I feel like you'll see them as a little bit almost silly, a bit foolish. It's almost that energy of somebody that is like trying too hard to be younger than they are. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with like dressing in a certain type of way, but it's almost like they seem to be using words like woke or whatever very awkwardly. It's like they're putting, when they say it in a sentence, they put too much emphasis on that word. And I feel like there are people that seem to be quite dazzled by this person, but that's not you. And I feel like this person is about to start attracting people into their life that are, that may have genuine feelings for them, but it also feels like they are a little bit like opportunist sort of thing. So what's coming up for you is you're getting out of it. If you feel like there's any, excuse me, like any loose ends or some entrails that you're trying to square up with, I feel like there's a message here that you're going to be out of that. I also feel what to look forward to. We have the High Priestess here. So I do feel that this, I feel like looking back at this situation, you're going to see it for what it is. That it almost feels like when you look back at it, you'll just look back at it with compassion for yourself at that age or that stage, because it's like you see that this person, I don't really want to say this, it's like they prey on people that they think are going to be vulnerable, that they think are going to be, it's almost like they look for people, this may or may not be you, but they look for people that look like they don't have a lot of people around them, because those are, it's like those ones are easier to manipulate. Now, I do want to say, to a certain extent, this person does seem to feel that like they're coming in and saving people, like they saved you, right? I do feel like they get some validation out of feeling like that, having like that savior complex. But it's like they pull people out of the fire. Hold on. How do I say this? It's like they just pull them out of one fire and put them into another. It's almost like their fire doesn't burn as bad as other people's fire. You know what I mean? It's that kind of an energy. Like, well, maybe I'm doing this, but I'm doing this other thing that's really good, so it's fine. So, I do want to say here, Pisces, that you seem to be, I almost want to say like you seem to be really graduating into the next stage. And I feel like you're going to do it with a bit of an analytical perspective here. And it does feel like you may feel at times that you wasted some resources, like almost like on people that didn't deserve it or hadn't earned it. And I feel like you actually may end up looking back at that, still maybe with a skosh of annoyment, but I feel like more than that, you're looking back at it feeling like maybe you wish you hadn't spent those resources on those people, but I feel like you also understand that because they were so grateful, you know that they didn't get that from most people, if anybody. And so it's like, it's not a mistake that you're going to be making again, but I feel like you don't beat yourself up about it. I hope that made sense. So now we're going to pull a card for, I almost said Virgo. Sorry, Pisces. For Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So the next person. So Pisces Sun. Okay. So the next person that is coming in for you, we have the Nine of Swords. And I feel with this that this person is really going through it. You know what I mean? It's like you're in this energy of like having a glow up. And I feel like for them, they feel like their world is falling apart. It's not actually, but they seem to be in that kind of a headspace. They seem to feel like they've made some sort of grievous mistake that is going to sabotage everything. I feel like this person may have a bit of that kind of catastrophic thinking, right? It's like, for example, someone stubs their toe and they kind of run that through their head so much that like, well, now their foot must be broken. You know what I mean? So I feel like to a certain extent, this person lived that way to cope. But I feel like now it's just this, like, it's constant self-defeating. You know what? It actually feels like it would be pretty exhausting for this person because they're always going worst case scenario, right? And I do feel that this person has to go through quite a bit of a healing process. It's almost like they're learning to let go. They're learning to not hold on so tightly to things. Excuse me. I feel like hold on for a second. They may kind of see you as a bit of a ray of sunshine here. And I'm not saying that to be diminutive or anything, but it just feels like they may see you at first, but they're in such a tough spot that it's like they see you and like, oh, that's really nice, but they feel like they don't deserve you, and they kind of go back into this energy and just swirl in there for a while. I feel like this person doesn't see themselves honestly. In the same way that this person tried, this King of Swords tried to make you feel like you weren't good enough. I feel like this person talks to themselves like that. So of course they're in that energy, right? This person might even say to you, like, how do you do it? How did you get out of it? This is the difference between you and this person. And I feel like to a certain extent, they do have to be walking out of this energy. That doesn't mean that they need to be completely out of it, but I feel like they have to be walking out of it already kind of pulling things together. I purposefully didn't say pulling themselves together because that's really unkind to someone that's suffering. So it's not like that. It's almost like for this person to be grateful for what they've done so far. And I want to say, it's almost like this person needs like a good long sleep and maybe a hug, like a warm hug, just some comfort. And I feel like they may have been denying themselves that to a certain extent. It's hard for this person to accept that life is good or that things are getting better because I feel like they're scared someone's going to take it away. So Pisces moon, Queen of Cups. So we have the Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and Page of Swords. One second here. So this might be very specific. I'm going to put that out there. I feel like the next romantic interest, now this, and I do want to say that doesn't necessarily mean that you will want this person. It just means this is the next person that's kind of, interested. So I feel that this person, sorry, I'm just really uncomfortable. I'm going to sit on my chair differently. They seem to feel like they don't have as much abundance to offer you. I feel like they may actually be in quite a precarious financial position, but I feel like they seem to be hiding that, and are kind of going off of this energy of like, well, that's fine. I'm just going to offer you emotional fulfillment. And I feel like they may be very vague about their finances. They may be, they seem to feel that it'll just get taken care of. It's a little bit of like, oh, I'm just going to close my eyes and it's all going to be fine kind of thing. And I feel like while they're in that energy, you might even be with them when that happens. It's like the truth kind of comes here. And I do feel to a certain extent that it's kind of nipping at their heels. And I feel like they just kind of keep kicking it off. And hold on for a second. They do seem to have quite a strong character. I feel like a lot of people can't quite get to this person, like they can't get under this person's skin. And I feel like that's because this person doesn't live their life in a way that they're trying to make other people happy. I do feel that like in their heart, they know that there's something wrong with their finances. But they do kind of seem to be in this energy of hoping against hope that someone else is going to fix it. I feel like they might see you as a bit of an escape. They do seem to feel like maybe you could show them a thing or two about finances or kind of managing things. But it does feel to a certain extent that they are going to present like they have more than they actually do. Hold on. And it's almost like they're just waiting for someone to give them what you have rather than working for it. They seem to feel like it should just come to them. It's almost the energy of like this person's expecting to be a trust fund baby, but there's no trust fund. So for those of you with a Pisces rising, make sure that's the only one. So we have Judgment. Oh wow, we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Hold on for a second here. I'm getting a little bit of like Cupid vibes here. I feel like the universe is kind of conspiring to get you with somebody. And I actually feel like the universe is not so much that I feel like there was a reading last week where the universe was like, pay attention. I'm sorry, I can't quite remember which sign it was, but here it's a bit different. It feels like it feels like the universe is, it's like they're sounding the trumpet, but it's almost like it's a dog whistle. You can't hear it because it's like it's an energetic like a boom, and so it's like you can feel the energetic ripple through the air, but you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it because it's just like activating things that are starting to get in place. And I do feel to a certain extent that there is I feel like you're the last piece of the puzzle here. And it's almost like you're so focused on, taking care of yourself, maintaining your spirituality in whatever capacity that may be, that you may not realize that things aren't getting stale waiting for you, but it's like it's almost time for you to kind of take a leap of faith here. So I get one more card. So we have the Fool and Strength. Whoa! And the Tower. Wow, lots of big cards. Okay. So, I feel like this person is, it's almost like they kind of see you as a bit of a, one of you is going to see the other person as a gentle giant. I can't quite figure out who that is. I feel like one of you is someone that's very passionate and fiery, and it's like the first person to defend people when someone's being, ASS hat, or is trying to, almost like when someone who isn't in a position where they can defend themselves against whatever attack, and the attack is unwarranted and unfair, this person is the first one to come in and be like, no, 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 we're not going to do that today. And I feel like for some of you, that could be you. For some of you, it could be this person. But either way, I feel like that's a quality that the other person really loves. It feels like it's a big deal for that person, that they've been looking for that quality in somebody, because it's like they want to be with somebody that is a champion for people that can't defend themselves. And I feel like the adoration that the two of you give each other, it's like the two of you could be in the room looking at each other. The room could be full, packed, people are talking, popcorn's on the floor, like it's a whole thing, and the two of you looking at each other are still almost in your own little world there. So for those of you with your Venus and Pisces, Venus. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. 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 Venus and Pisces. What happened? What's going on? Is everything okay? Um, Ew. Oh, you saw me shuffle the deck. I shuffled. Um, hold on for a second. There's just something that doesn't sit right here. Um, I feel like whoever the next person is, it's like they just hit bottom. And now that doesn't necessarily mean that it's, kind of a rock bottom addiction sort of thing. I don't feel that it was really at all. Could be, but it feels more that somebody came in and it's like, for example, your person and this other person, we'll call them the third party, but it's not that kind of thing. So your person and the third party, it's like they came to talk. They both decided they wouldn't bring any weapons. And this person came, and it's like when Neo walks into the building when they're going to save Morpheus, and he opens his jacket, and it's just like weapons everywhere. It's that kind of a thing. That's how this person, it's like they seem to, I feel to a certain extent that your person was like, they came alone to have a discussion and they got ambushed. And I feel like they were in a place where they accepted defeat because there was like, it felt, it does feel like it was a fight they couldn't win. And eventually they took so many hits that they just kind of were like, I'm going to just stay down. I'm going to just stay down and ride it out. Which is actually really, it makes me want to cry. With this tower, I kind of want to, you know what? I just kind of want to tell the Five of Swords person off right now because I know I'm catching an attitude, but what the, just don't do that to people. And I feel like this person, this Five of Swords here, they wanted to be top dog. You know what I mean? It's almost like they lured your person over to them under the guise of calling a truce, bringing some peace to the situation. And it's like your person got there and they just took everything that they could get their hands on. And I feel like to a certain extent that, not that your person feels that they deserved it, okay? But that they do feel like they should have seen it coming. They should have known with this person. What does Venus Pisces need to know about? Okay, that's good. So I feel like there's a message here that whoever this Five of Swords person is, I'm trying to find a nice way to say this without putting too much stank on it because I'm, catching an attitude over here. I feel like this Five of Swords is about to realize what it is that they've done to your person. And what's interesting is that it doesn't feel like it's going to happen to them. I feel like they're about to witness a tower fall on someone that's important to them. Now, that's not to say that like that person is experiencing this one's karma, right? But it just feels like there's something important for this person. Or like it wouldn't hit them as hard if it happened to them because they'd be able to do something about it. It's like there's something different in the fact that they're watching somebody else go through what they put your person through and they're powerless to do anything about it because it's not in their like area of decision making, right? They have no say in it. And it's like they know that someone that they love is getting played and they seem to be unable to stop it. And it's like they have one of those moments where it's like, oh, that's what I did. You know what I mean? Hold on for a second here. I do feel that it's almost like this person may try to come back around to your person, but they won't, your person won't even hear them. It's like any of the, fire and brimstone that this third party tried to bring to your person, it's it doesn't affect them. It's like they can't, I don't know how to say this. Because of what this person did, they have absolutely no power over your person at all. At all. I do feel that you may notice that this person, your person here, is almost a little bit apathetic. They may be hard to reach at times. I feel like this is somebody that spends a lot of time alone, not because they are, you know, a loner necessarily, or they, sometimes people are like, oh, I just can't stand people right now. It's not. That's where this person feels most peaceful because nobody's up in their face causing nonsense. So it's like this is the kind of person that will get a coffee and go and sit alone in a coffee shop and just sip their coffee and actually be quite content to do so. I do feel that your person here has kind of made a decision or is about to make a decision that it's like they're not going to date just to date. And that's not to say that they were, but it's like they're not going to be entertaining anybody that gets even kind of sort of close to disturbing their peace or kind of upsetting the apple cart here. So it's like they're going to wait for the right person to come along, period, end of story. Feel like they went against their better judgment with this person, and that's not a mistake they'll make twice. So that's what I have for you today, Pisces. Of course, I will have those mini love reads at the end of the week. And I have a new kind of read coming out. So please let me know what you think of it. And I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Well, if I am, I'm sorry. But I do love you, Pisces. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.